Hello and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Nur Fadila binti Momatahan, metric number 70916 from Group 2 of Ecotourism Industry in Malaysia. Today, I will provide to you a few solutions to reduce the negative impact of the mass tourism. First of all, what is mass tourism? Mass tourism refers to the movement of a large number of organized tourists to popular holiday destinations for recreational purposes. Mass tourism has both positive and negative impact, but in this case, we're gonna talk about the negative impact of the mass tourism as stated in slides. We have three categories of negative impact. First is the cultural impact. The ability to speak in local language will be decreasing, since local people tend to speak in English language to be able to communicate with the tourists. Next is the environmental impact. The damage towards flora and fauna will occur since the large amount of tourists will increase the number of garbage and waste that will damage the habitat. The last category is the economical impact. The traditional jobs such as fishing and farming will be lost since people will be focusing more in providing for tourist needs. Next, we move on to our main ideas, which is how to reduce the negative impact of mass tourism. The first suitable measure is diversification. Diversify the number of tourists by opening new adventures or activities for the tourists, such as kayaking, sailing, or jungle trekking. This is to achieve a better distribution of tourist activities throughout the country. The second way is reducing the number of tourists per area. Limiting the number of tourists to visit a specific area per year. For example, limiting the number of transport to go to any tourism area, which means we can reduce the environmental impact on the natural ecosystem. The third way is increasing the number of security guards. By increasing the number of securities, we can reduce the violence cases and we can also ensure that the tourists would not do anything that can bring any damage to the environment. The fourth way is implementing strict law in conservation area. The authorities can implement several strict laws to overcome cultural and environmental damage in the conservation area by impose penalties to the tourists who do the damage. So the last way is on ecotourism. The government should focus more on ecotourism in Malaysia so they can help to preserve the wildlife and environment. This way will help in reducing social conflict between authorities and other groups such as tribal people or farmers. In conclusion, all parties, including the tourism industry, local, and even the tourists need to cooperate to reduce the negative impact of the mass tourism. And lastly, this is the list of reference that were used for the content. Thank you for listening, and that's all from me. Thank you.